If you are in a crowded market, then today's video is for you. You are an author, speaker, trainer, coach. You are into marketing, you are into sales, and you know that your marketplace is crowded and you want to reinvent yourself, you want to stand out, you want to differentiate yourself. Then my idea is by the end of this video, you'll have some ideas, at least you'll get motivated. Okay, that's my intent. So that said, I think every area is crowded. There are more coaches, there are more trainers, there are more marketers. So if you come across as if you are, creating more content, you are creating more offers, you are hustling more, then you are most people, that's the standard advice. Create more videos, create more, post more on Instagram. That's the advice that's everywhere. That's the advice I got for many years. You got to create more offers, and I talked about that on multiple videos here about creating multiple offers. So I tell people, I've also told people that you got to hustle more. You're not getting there, you hustle more. Now think about this. Alex Hormozy, $100 million in one single day. I don't know. I don't think it's more hustle, honestly. I think it's more strategy. Yeah, there was content, but think about this. How much content you have to create, you have to post, how many offers you have to make. I think Alex just made an offer. I think probably no offers in the last 2 years, and this was the only offer he made, and that to a $30 book, if you break it down. So, the idea that you can also create more content, make more offers, you can hustle more, and you can, do that better than him. I don't think that's the strategy. Okay, you will look like others, yes, with more content, more offers, and more hustle, but you'll be a little bit more louder. That's all. You're not reinventing yourself. You're not standing out. It's not called reinvention. Okay. So what is reinvention? How can you reinvent yourself? What's the crux of this? What's the core of reinvention? Essentially, you got to abandon who you are, and you got to reframe how you show up. You got to abandon who you are. You reframe how you show up. So you got to create that alignment between who you are and how you are seen. That alignment is important. So you upgrade yourself, but you do not replace who you are. The replacement is hard, by the way. It's better to upgrade. There is nothing called substitution in marketing. Right? You can't substitute yourself as a marketer. You can have some bunch of people helping you, bunch of ideas of others, but you are who you are. And you cannot overnight upgrade, replace yourself with somebody who is exactly like you. Very hard. So the only shortcut is to upgrade. I can upgrade myself. I can't replace myself. I cannot substitute myself. Can I put a bunch of people doing these videos? Yeah. Can I have an AI avatar of me doing this? Yeah, of course. But that's not an upgrade. That could be a substitution. There is no exact replacement anyway, because you are unique, you are different. So what does it take to reinvent? So it starts the two or three things. Quickly go through this. First and the foremost is your identity. Okay, what is the future self of you that you want to see yourself? The future self of you that you want to see yourself, and what's the future self of you that you want people to see? Okay, so it all comes down to how you see yourself. I say in multiple videos, I talked about this. You move on a timeline of 10 years or 20 years from today. How do you want people to see you 20 years from now? So you go into the future and see how people are looking at you, and you get a mental grasp of that. For example, do you want to see yourself as a best-selling author, or you want to see yourself as somebody who made $100 million in one day? I don't know. I'm just making this up, but you get the idea. Okay. It's important how you see yourself, and the best way to see yourself is you take yourself perceptionally 10, 20 years forward and see how people are seeing you, looking at you, And that is that image that you want to bring back into your present. That's one simple way to create an identity shift. Okay. And there are so many other ways you can shift your identity, but that's the most important part, is how you see yourself, how your future, you want your future to see yourself, and you do that by going into the future mentally. Success is easier when you work backwards. Success is difficult when you like work forward, very hard, very difficult. Easier to see the goal that you accomplished and work backwards on how you did it than seeing the goal as the finishing point and then working towards the goal every day, harder, difficult, needs different kind of mental and physical, emotional strength altogether. Once successfully you make that shift, the next and the most important part is the message. You got to have a message reset, because you already have a message out anyway, but you got to reset that message. You need clarity and a bold positioning. Clarity and a bold. So the bold is important part. You already have a positioning, but it's not bold enough for you to stand out. So the bold positioning is important. In order to get a bold positioning, you got to sharpen that message, whatever that message is. Okay. You got to pick a lane and you got to commit. So, and I created a bunch of videos within, I think 2 or 3 days ago, I created a video saying, you got to be precise how you want to be in one area for one individual, than in every area for every individual. When you are everything for everyone, then you end up becoming nothing for anyone. So just one area, maybe one type of individuals or a category of individuals whom you can help, and that's the line you pick, and then you commit for a long amount of time for you to, first of all, to sharpen your message, and then take a bold position within that space, and all that comes because you have clarity. Otherwise it's very hard. Okay. Then comes some behavior change. So your reinvention, whatever it is, it has to be visible. So how is it visible? You have to take action. How do you take action? It's very simple. You go to new platforms, you find new audiences, and you find new ways to deliver value. Okay, sometimes it's something like this on a YouTube with a video like this. There is some value, not a whole lot of value in a video like this, depending upon where you are. Again, this message is for a lot of people, but some people, this message is going to resonate with them the way I'm delivering this message on this platform. For some, it's not. Some people say, listen, I need to talk to you one-on-one. Some people say, I need to see you. Some people say, I need to be part of something that you're already doing. So that's how they derive value. So my job is to make sure that I find different ways of delivering value in my offerings. Okay, and across platforms. So for example, I did for years together on radio, and I'm doing that right now on YouTube, and tomorrow I may add Instagram and TikTok, depending upon how much time and effort I need to put in. All depends on again the message reset, which is the clarity and the bold positioning I want to take, and how I'm sharpening the message, and how I'm picking a line, and how I'm picking a lane, and then how I'm committing, how long I'm committing to that lane. Right? So different pathways and different platforms and different value propositions. That's what is behavior. And it comes from the message, and the message comes from the identity. So those are the 3 things necessary to create this reinvention. Reinvention is not optional anymore, no matter where you are. See, even Hormozy right now is trying to reinvent at this point. Trust me. So he has to deliver what he promised. At the same time, he has to reinvent again to come back and have a bigger impact. So reinvention doesn't matter. You're number 1 or you're number 1 million in your game. It doesn't matter. You have to reinvent. The reinvention is not optional anymore. You have to survive. Okay. So there is not a lot at stake where you are as the 100 millionth coach in self-improvement, right? Whatever. But the number one self-improvement coach, there is a lot at stake. It's very hard. They got to keep on reinventing themselves. Otherwise, they will become number 2 or they would become number 100. It's not a good position to be in. It's very difficult to lose that position once you have it. Okay. People ask me this question. They've asked me before. Oh, you are on radio. Isn't radio a small market? YouTube is a big market. And people say, I would do better if I have a bigger market. And my answer all along is you don't need a big market, okay? You need a sharper version of you in the small market. So you got to sharpen yourself. And it goes like this. You can, where will you find more fish? In the ocean. Of course, a pond, has a lesser number of fish as compared to a lake, and obviously a lake compared to a sea, right? The question is, I would rather enjoy my time and become a good fisherman or enjoy my fishing activity inside a pond. I will have less fish, but my actions are precise. It's very secured. It's very straight. And I know what to do. I'm in control of the environment. I can go into the sea and fish. I can take bigger equipment and do that, probably catch big stuff. But I'll tell you, in the sea, in the ocean, yeah, the reward is there, but the effort, I'll tell you. So it's better for you to sharpen yourself, stay, go from the pond, go to the lake, become bigger there, better there, and you're bored with the lake, you have done everything with the pond, everything with the lake, then go to the sea. Who is stopping you? Nobody. Man went to the sea. Okay, he owns the ocean now. $100 million in a single day. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Hopefully this was helpful. If it is, do me a favor, click the like button so I can reach some more people. If you do subscribe, then I am in front of you every day at this point. And this is the type of conversation I have. I record in my car. I control this environment. I control my thoughts. I have few distractions here and there. I'm looking at the screen, the bottom. And because I'm recording from the front camera of my iPhone, so sometimes I can't see myself. And because of that, I use this thing. I keep looking at myself as I'm looking at me. So people ask me, what are you looking? Oh, this is what I'm looking. I want to make sure that I'm in the screen. I go back. Sometimes I lose myself. I come to the front. I lose myself. So I don't know. So I can't see myself. So that's why I'm using this monitor here, okay, which is exactly reflecting the front camera to this place. Okay, so that's all for now. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll be with you as early as tomorrow. Okay, that's all for now. You take care. Bye.